Final score is 74 to 48.
Okay, 48 points. Ang lowest scoring output ngayong conference sa PBA. At second lowest scoring output sa buong PBA history. Kung hindi dahil dito sa 3-pointer ni Adrian Wong, 45 points would be the lowest scoring output in PBA history. Pero hindi lang sa laro na to specifically mababa ang mga score. Buong liga nag-i-struggle na makascore. Out of 26 matches so far, 6 times pa lang na may nakakaabot ng 100 points. Pero kung titignan naman natin yung numbers, historically mababa talaga ang scoring output sa PBA. So anong meron? Ano kaya yung mga rason kung bakit despite it being a 48-minute game, ang baba ng mga score? Kaya sa video na to titignan natin kung bakit mababa ang mga score sa PBA. Ang scoring sa PBA, specifically itong mga recent years, hindi naman talaga ganong kataasan. Pero ngayong conference na All-Filipino Conference, as of writing this video, ngayon yung pinakamababa since 2019. Keynote lang na lahat ng gagamitin nating data ay para lang sa All-Filipino Conference. Right now, as of August 9, 2021, ang league average ng scoring sa PBA ay 84.63 points on 38.7 field goals and 28% sa 3 points. Ang highest scoring team right now sa PBA ay ang 𝗏𝗏𝗰𝗵𝗏 with 96 points per game on 43% shooting. Ang dulo naman sa scoring ay ang Rain or Shine Elasto Painters only averaging 73 points per game on 34% shooting. Now, to establish context, i-compare natin yung shooting splits this year compared sa last bubble season. Last bubble season, ang league averages ay 92.4 points on 41.8% shooting and 31.9% sa 3 points. Comparing the two, makikita natin na malaki yung drop-off. Almost an 8-point difference. And sa percentages naman, 3% lower than the last bubble conference. So now, to be fair, parehas na conferences are in a different setup. Kumbaga, hindi ito yung quote-unquote normal season. So, punta tayo dun sa last quote-unquote normal conference nung 2019 Philippine Cup. League averages ay 92.2 points on 40.9% shooting and 30.6% sa 3 points. So, very similar siya sa bubble conference pero the shooting is a little bit worse. Pero considerably higher pa rin kumpara sa ngayon. Now, with all these comparisons, bakit ang baba ng output? Biggest factor is yung poor shooting. This is a graph from our friends in dribblemedia.com. Makikita natin dito na in terms of true shooting percentage and 3-point percentage, may malaking decrease this season. Nanggaling to sa slight increase ng bubble season pero ngayon yung pinakamababa since 2018. If you think about it, ngayon, mahaba yung preparation, mahaba yung training camp, pero yes, we can consider conditioning and overall condition dito sa atin. Condition ng Pilipinas in general. But a 50% true shooting may look fine, pero that's average. Siguro a decent true shooting percentage is around 53 to 54. Tapos mga 55 and above, yun yung mga okay na true shooting percentage. So ano ba to? Mahina ba tayo umiscore sa Pilipinas o magaling tayo sa depensa? Or a mix of both? Well, ako, based on my observation and research, mahirap magbase ng performance sa PBA kasi with only 11 teams and single round robin na kakalabanin mo once lang, plus ilang laro pa lang talaga. Pero tignan natin yung offensive and defensive rating ng mga teams sa PBA. So bago ang lahat, ano ba yung defensive and offensive rating? Basically, yung offensive rating, ito yung dami ng nai-score ng team per 100 possessions. And sa defensive rating, ito yung ganong karami lang yung binibigay na points sa kalaban per 100 possessions. The higher the offensive rating, the better, and the lower the defensive rating, the better. So right now, merong 4 lang na teams na above 100 points per 100 possessions. Those teams are SMB, NLEX, Meralco, and Magnolia. Pero kung above league average in terms of offensive rating, meron lang 5 teams na above league average. Punta naman tayo sa defensive rating. There's 3 teams lang na nag-a-allow ng below 90 points. And merong 6 na team na pwede nating i-consider na above average defensive team sila. Pero overall, may 3 teams lang na above average on both categories. Those teams are Alaska, Meralco, and Magnolia. Pero this doesn't mean na sila yung 3 best teams. sila lang yung teams na we can consider na quote-unquote two-way teams. Pero most teams sa PBA, either good offensively, bad defensively, or bad offensively, good defensively. So para sa akin, ang pinakamalaking factor sa mababang score sa PBA is yung overall pace of play. Kasi with all the numbers we presented, yung mga averages, mga splits, offensive and defensive rating, makikita natin na average lang naman, okay lang naman. There's nothing really wrong despite it being a little bit low. Pero kasi in terms of points per possession, decente pa rin naman. You have 4 teams na above 100 points sila per 100 possessions. And defensively naman, okay din naman defensively. So that explains why some teams are low in terms of scoring kasi you have more good defensive teams than good offensive teams. So, para sa akin, ang pinakamalaking factor generally, league-wide, is yung overall pace of play. Now, in my own book, meron akong dalawang uri ng good pace and also dalawang uri ng bad pace. One is yung quick hitters. I like this one sa mga transition or even half-court sets. Pangalawa is yung patient offense pero fast-paced execution. What I mean is that yung ganitong uri ng pace, yes, patient sila, nauubos nila yung shot clock halos pero mabilis yung player movement and ball movement. Sa bad examples, one is yung passive execution na running through the motions lang pero walang conviction yung execution. Another one is yung nag-aantayan na yes, they're executing the offense pero bawat option ino-overthink nila and nag-aantayan ng susunod na gagawin. Madalas to nangyayari ngayon considering na medyo makalawang pa yung mga teams. Now, in terms of numbers, ang league average sa pace ay 88.4. Basically yung pace, ito yung number of possessions per 48 minutes. Kung titignan natin as it is, medyo okay lang naman. Pero if we compare it to the NBA, ang laki ng diferensya. Na in my opinion, fair naman na mag-compare ng number of possessions sa PBA at NBA kasi paras lang naman silang 48 minutes. Average pace sa NBA ay 99.2. Now, kung titignan natin yung top 12, lahat sila above 100. And fun fact, yung slowest paced team sa NBA ay ang New York Knicks with 96.3 na still faster than the fastest team in the PBA. Pinakahuli sa lahat, yung pinakamalaking difference kasi sa style ng laro sa ibang leagues kumpara sa PBA. For example, sa NBA, kapag hindi sila makapag-execute or walang rhythm sa offensa, ang first reaction is to execute on faster pace and move the ball quickly. Dito sa atin sa PBA, kapag nagkakagulo na and walang rhythm, anong ginagawa natin kadalasan? Yes, you're right. Binabagalan natin and magtatawag tayo ng mga simple plays kagaya ng mga fist or horns. So with that type of reaction, bumabagal yung laro kasi meron tayong mindset na kapag lugi tayo sa talent, which is very prevalent sa PBA ngayon, diba? Kapag lugi tayo sa talent, babawasan natin yung possessions para bawasan yung chances na makashoot sila. Which is an acceptable reason if I'm going to be honest, pero I believe na yun yung isa sa mga pinakamalaking factors kung bakit mababa ang score sa PBA. And in conclusion, mababa ang score sa PBA hindi dahil sa hindi tayo ganong kagaling umiscore or masyadong mahigpit ang depensa dito sa PBA. No, I think after all of I said, all the numbers, all the reasoning, all the hypotheses, ang conclusion ko ngayon is that mababa ang score sa PBA kasi sinasadya nating bagalan yung laro. And with that, kasama na rin yung mabababang outputs. Though yes, according to the stats na mababa yung conversion natin, pero bakit ba mababa yung conversion? Kasi mahilig kasi tayo mag-settle sa simple plays para lang makuha natin yung control ng laro. And with that, mababa ang score kasi wala tayong buy-in sa system and hindi gaanong karami yung teams na nagba-buy-in sa system na kapag nagkakagulong lahat, ang first reaction nila is gandahan natin yung execution, bilisan natin. Konti lang yung mga ganon sa PBA and that's why mababa ang outputs natin in terms of scoring. So ayun, that's all for the video. Thank you for watching. So marami pa akong ginagawang ibang videos. Gumagawa ako ng mga hoops breakdown, yung mga technical stuff, mga X's and O's, mga plays. Gumagawa rin naman ako ng mga video essays kagaya nito. And gumagawa rin ako ng deep dive na documentary series. And ayun, gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa mga nanonood, sa mga nagla-like dito sa channel, sa mga nagsusubscribe. I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. And ayun, kita-kitsa lang tayo next time.